So far the names have all meant something, believe it or not. BlazBlue Calamity Trigger is referring to sort of the moment that sets in motion all the events that would lead to the series, the Calamity Trigger, the thing that would lead to all shit sort of going bad but eventually going good. The Continuum Shift is the moment that the time loops were disabled. The various continuums were merged into one because Terumi took over the computers that were forcing the time loop. And now we're to Chronophantasma, which, well, you're seeing a lot of shots of a girl with reddish hair who is the Chronophantasma, who is the time clone. Yes, folks, that is where we're at, is time clones now.
What's a time clone?
Well, so...
In one sentence, what is a time clone?
A copy from another timeline forced into this one for some purpose.
Okay. Now you can use more sentences.
Okay, thank you. Celica A. Mercury is a person from Ragna's past who knew him when he was a kid, helped raise him, and she is copied by Kokonoi, who is a character we haven't talked about yet. Oh, I hate this game. Gosh. So she's brought back because her existence is useful to...
This is dumb as shit, dude.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's used to activate the linchpin.
I'm gonna
This is making me really look forward to the episode where we talk about Mortal Kombat.
Okay, so let me just go over something real quick before we start this. So one thing this game has, well, previous games had as well, but one thing I have here is the custom announcer for the game. And the thing with the custom announcers in this game is that they have normal neutral versions and in-character versions. So, for example, I have the Jin announcer, so if I pick someone like, I don't know, Bullet, he'll be neutral. If I pick someone he doesn't like, he'll be pissed. But the only thing I wanted to set this up is just to show what happens when you pick Ragna. Okay, so that part is done. Now let's actually
Let's never use this voice ever again.
No, we're gonna use his voice because he is actually fairly calm and neutral. Okay, so, God, new characters.
This roster is fucking huge.
Yeah, we have Bullet, we have Azrael, the demon dude, we have Amane, Tsubaki has a new color palette, Kokonoe is a DLC character for this game, we have Tsubaki's Murakamo unit form, which is a Yoi, we have big pervy dude with a big sword, we have the Chronophantasma Celica A. Mercury, who has a puppet, shit, what else do we have? Oh yeah, Nu and Lambda are now separate characters because...
Why not?
I'm gonna explain that. And Noel no longer has a hat. And we have the Yuki Terumi version of Terumi, which is basically Hazama, but with knives.
The
more
best
knives.
boy. This is my favorite design in any fighting game. Yuki Terumi is so much fucking fun.
Yeah. Okay, so, quick reasoning why Lambda and Nu are now different characters. In regular Chronophantasma, they basically gave Lambda certain moves that Nu had, and you had to switch between the two modes, and it ended up being very complicated, so in the extend version, they just made them separate characters again. Also, this is my least favorite iteration because Hakumen is utter garbage in this one.
In basically every way, this is the... Well, it's probably not as badly balanced as the first game, but this is the worst of the BlazBlue games. The story takes some really stupid turns that I do not like at all. A lot of the new characters I don't care for. This is the weakest one.
I'm sorry, really stupid turns you do not like at all.
Please give me examples of the things that shocked you when you played this.
I just talked about the time clone. What do you want from me?
Is there anything else? Is it just the time clone?
Okay, this one, the story of this one is that it's a fighting tournament to determine the fate of the world, so it's just any other fucking fighting game
I
now.
hate this already. Yeah.
Wait, what? Really?
Really?
I skipped the story, so I don't know. Like, it's really a fighting game tournament.
Yeah. And it... There's other stuff going on that's kind of important, but that's, like, honestly, you can skip this game and honestly lose nothing, story-wise.
Okay.
As if you were paying attention to the story in the first place.
I will agree about Split Killer HD. We did get Azrael, who I kind of like as in terms of how he plays. Also, you know, some male fan service for once.
Yeah, I mean, I dig the new health bars at least.
Fenfel says, "What about Saya?" Okay, I guess that does happen in this one. So they keep referring to the Imperator, who's the head of the big fascist organization, the Noctis Orbis Librum, and it turns out that that's Saya. Ta-da! You got everything you need from this game now.
The health bars in this game remind me of Samurai Showdown 3's.
Also, that reminds me, I should probably explain the big new system change of this game.
Yes.
Actually,
I noticed that you don't have the little block things.
Yeah, so, first big change. We no longer have guard primers or guard libras or anything. The only way to get into the danger state is if you end up consuming your barrier completely. That's the only way. But you also, below my portrait, you see this little circle that's flowing? So that's my burst speeder, so I use that for bursting. But it's also another thing, so now you can use bursts offensively and turn them into an overdrive. And the less health you have, the longer the overdrive lasts. And what the overdrive does is, basically each character's specialty gets amplified. So like Hakumen regenerates his Magatama faster and can cancel counters into specials again, which was taken away at some point from him. Tao Kaka's like install thing, where she has clones following her, is now in the overdrive. I think Blood King is now an overdrive, it's no longer a move. So a lot of these install special mode moves are just overdrives now. And those who didn't have...
Hazama gets that ring he had as a boss in Continuum Shift.
Yeah, and then like some characters who don't have any special things like that, like Tager, instead when he enters overdrive he immediately magnetizes his opponent. So it's kind of like stuff like that basically. And that would become the new staple because this game took a really long time to figure out what to do with their burst bars. And I think like between Chronophantasma and Central Fiction is the least system changes we'll actually see, because this is kind of when the game gets established of like what it actually wants to do.
Yeah, Central Fiction is mostly just making the ideas in Chronophantasma actually good.
Yes.
Solidifying them, basically.
Yeah. Whereas until Chronophantasma, it was kind of like exploring and trying to figure out stuff. Oh yeah, I did forget to mention, this game has also its version of Roman cancels called a Rapid. But the way Rapids work are, you can only do them when you hit the opponent, so not like in Guilty Gear where you can do them on whiff. So it's basically just like a little combo extender, or just making a move safe. It can't be done as like, say, oh I missed a move, I'm gonna make that move safe. I mean, the best part about Valkenhayn is that when he turns into a wolf, he still has his little pink bow.
It's good shit. I'm just realizing I was planning to go through this whole thing without ever talking about stuff from the light novels and manga, and in Central Fiction I'm not going to be able to do that.
Yeah, guess why?
Oh, wow.
Two good reasons.
Very good reasons. Fantastic reasons. Such good reasons.
Okay, so I want you to explain one thing to me which I never understood because I was too lazy to read the plot. But that might be related to Central Fiction. Is there some sort of like timeline reset after Chronophantasma? Because I know a lot of characters just change affiliation and it seems like everybody loses their memory.
Everyone does lose their memory. I'm trying to remember exactly.
Or is that relevant to Central Fiction?
I think there's some memory stuff that have some memory fuckery that happens at the end of this game that makes people forget some of the stuff. Which is part of the reason why I say you can totally skip this game. But like I played through the story of this fairly quickly because I was not having a good time, and I didn't do any reading afterwards because I just wasn't having a good time. So this is the one I'm definitely the weakest on.
I mean, it's weird because, like, gameplay-wise, Chronophantasma, like the first one, was really good, and then Extend just kinda made it bad.
So, Lord Tyrion in chat asks, the only thing I care about this series, I only know the name is, that's phrased weirdly, what is a blaze and why is it important that it is blue? So the Azure Grimoire that we've referred to multiple times, that is the localized name. In Japanese, they say BlazBlue or BlazBlue. That's the Azure Grimoire.
Which actually reminds me, we're not talking about the best BlazBlue game. That is BlazBlue, the one on the DS.
BlazBlue, yeah.
Oh, the 3DS one.
Like,
yeah, when
I wonder why we're not talking about that.
when I was posting this, I just went with like, okay, we're playing through the entire BlazBlue series, and then I stopped myself like, wait, no, there are those other games I don't want to touch. Like the BlazBlue trading card game that got shut down.
Crossblaze,
Crossblaze.
the visual novel.
Oh god. And you know, the manga, which is called The Blood Edge Experience, which is also vital to the plot. Ah, Bullet, if only you were good.
So if the new Arc System Works game, when does Ruby kind of tie into the BlazBlue series?
We haven't been given any lore context whatsoever.
What I can tell you though is that BlazBlue Cross-Stack Battle can probably end up being canon for the BlazBlue universe because of the way the BlazBlue universe works, which is terrible.
Yeah, it's great. They can do whatever the fuck they want.
To be fair, it almost seemed like I bet you they could just okay. You're going to be two new BlazBlue games. One game is going to be written by the normal writers. One's going to be written by the writers of Ruby, and you have to guess which one is written by which authors.
Oh right, Mai. I forgot. We had Mai as a character.
Yeah. The manga she's from does some stuff to expand the lore of grimoires that I do not necessarily appreciate.
Well, yeah, there's a remix Heart scenario, which I noticed in Chronophantasma Extend, and I'm kind of afraid to touch it. Like, in general, like I said, like, I tried to get into the plot of this game at, like, Calamity Trigger, and I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of fine, I can get behind this, and then Continuum Shift happened, and I just lost all threads I ever had.
I do want to correct you on a thing you said on the titles, on the character select of this one, however. You referred to Izayoi as Tsubaki's Murakami unit form.
Okay.
And that's incorrect. She is not a Murakami unit. That is just her sword has a will of its own and likes justice a lot. And that's her sword taken over.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. It's just really hard to keep track of all the alternate versions of all these characters.
That's pretty sweet, though.
She's rad. Also, her Izayoi is basically Gundam. She has it's. If you ever seen Gundam 00, she has beam sabers, she has GN drives, she emits GN particles, and she has funnels. It is so Gundam, it's painful.
I mean, just when you describe the sword thing, it's just her sword turns her into a tokusatsu character, doesn't it?
It's great.
Well, mine is the
sword
mask.
that loves justice makes her Toku.
Well, except it makes her have justice, but it's like justice is interpreted by an evil organization.
Chad is correcting me. Izuyoi is a Murakami unit prototype. My bad.
Ha! So I was actually right on some confusing bullshit.
You were. I was wrong. God, the damage Hakumen has in this fucking game.
Yeah, it's the only thing you can do because his parries were.
Yeah.
They took his
So
parries out back and shot them in the knees.
Yeah, his parries were garbage in this game.
Yeah, basically, an extent
Just
they.
took the baseball back to their shins.
So what they did at one point with the parries, they were like, oh, okay, the parry grab is no longer unblockable. You can block his like grab when he parries, which was really weird, but okay. But in this game, they went like, oh, his parries no longer work on projectiles, and you can no longer cancel parries into specials. Sorry, and it's like, well, what do I use them for? I don't care. I don't know. Like, this is definitely the weakest he's felt since Calamity Trigger.
This is Azrael. Azrael is also great. He's just a normal dude who loves fighting and killing people so much that he got ridiculously powerful. Then they put tattoos on him to try and limit his power. And then he got control over the tattoos so he can release them at will, but then usually doesn't so he can have a good time. He's great.
He is very anime.
He's wonderful.
Oh, so he's from the Japanese version of Tattoo Assassins.
Yes.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, totally. 100%.
Wait, wasn't Tattoo Assassins but Dataist? Wasn't that technically a Japanese game?
Yes. No, it was made by the. No, it wasn't. It was Data East, but it was made by the Data East division that made pinball games. Like pinball machines. AKA the ones that never touch actual code. Well,
Wait, Tattoo Assassins, is that one where you can be an ice skater who can fart someone to death?
no,
Yes.
that is that.
No.
Yes, that is the game where everyone has a fart move that anyone.
Oh, okay.
can want.
So
It's actually
Azrael,
anti-air.
yeah, Azrael is basically Arc System Works' version of Truck Davis from Tattoo Assassins.
At least it's not the racist one.
Oh yeah, his nickname is Mad Dog. Why not?
Oh, for a second I got it confused with Mad Bull.
This is also the character.
Yes, he too has a bunch of grenades chained to his fucking pubes.
No. No, let's not talk about that anime. Anyway. This is the character that actually most Tager players switch to because Tager had a bad time after Continuum Shift. Oh, also, I guess one thing I didn't mention, which I probably should have, the combo counter on the when you're being the opponent. If it's red, it's an actual combo, but if it's blue, it means that the opponent could have escaped it, but they didn't recover in time, so it's not like a true combo. And that's something from Guilty Gear. And when it's blue, it does tell you like which move you messed up on.
Most of Azrael's moves are named after pieces of military hardware because he's awesome.
Also, again, I forget to turn on the timer. Damn it. I'll just add XP manually. XP. Yeah. Remember these things. I keep forgetting these things.
レディウス・クローバー。お前を待っていたのだよ。スサノオユニット。
Oh, thank you for the follow.
私を
Yeah,
何故
good
だ。
shit.
帝からの命だ。お前を排除しろと仰せ使っている。貴様が他者の命令
Oh, by the way, Relius is also working for Saya. Both he and Terumi.
何
But wait, is Terumi actually working for Saya, or is he pretending to be working for Saya but actually working for himself?
As far as we know at this point of the game,
そして
he is working for Saya. Central Fiction reveals that, of course, he has his own motives as well. But
なので帝にも少々お手を煩わせていただいた。罠か
Yeah, they're basically standing like in a weird energy puddle right now and talking normally. Like, why can't they just move somewhere else?
導かれたということか。そういうこと
one time they were about to have a fight in a dojo, and they were like, "This just doesn't feel right. Let's go find a crypt or something."
We need a cyber crypt. It helps the atmosphere. It's good lighting.
I mean, I do like the cyber coffins, even though I have no clue what purpose a cyber coffin would serve.
Well, what if you're trying to restrain cyber beings? Obviously, you need some kind of cyber coffin. A regular coffin won't do.
It actually just has Wi-Fi, is the thing.
Nice.
It has Bluetooth too, but the signal keeps cutting out.
I'll have you know it's called BlazBlue.
Actually, it has Bluetooth with the receivers on the outside of the coffin, so it's just a huge pain in the ass to use.
You know, until this stream, I never even noticed the coffins. I was just like, oh, it's a stage with pipes and blue shit, I don't care.
Oh, hey, that's a coffin.
A cyber coffin.
Okay.
And now his face is in the goo. Good.
レディウス・クローバー。時間か。なんだ
All it does is taste like Kool-Aid.
And now we fight the final foe.
Yeah. Okay. So, before the events of the first game, I'm trying to figure out how to set this up.
I love how you get annoyed every time you remember things.
そして
So, Shishigami Bang is a ninja from a place called Ikaruga, which is a country that didn't want to obey the fascists. And so they went to war with the fascists, and the fascists won. That war is where Jin gained a lot of his notoriety because he was a hero of that war, because he killed a lot of people. The other person who gained some infamy there was Kagura Mutsuki, who was an officer in that, which we will see more of, I think, in Central Fiction. I don't remember. He's not in this one yet, I think. And he actually was sympathetic to Ikaruga, and he ended up like making a promise to like the Emperor of Ikaruga before the end of that war to like he intentionally let him escape, and he decided to like enforce his ideals, I think is the way I want to phrase this. Chat, help me out here. I'm a little bit hazy on the details of this one. But basically, he was sympathetic to Ikaruga and their values before the war, and so he sort of intentionally took a dive during the war to try and let the Emperor escape.
Where did like he's the final boss for Hakumen and not Yuki Terumi.
I mean, Yuki Terumi was added in DLC, so I don't think he was.
But he is
He
in the
would have been
story
in the story
mode.
budget.
He's in the story mode. You fight him even before he was added as DLC.
Huh.
Oh, but he wasn't added in the arcade mode of the arcade game. Yeah.
Okay, so Chad has helped me out here. The thing I was missing is that the Emperor of Ikaruga was also the Emperor of Knoll, and the war was orchestrated in order so that Saya and the person possessing Saya, which we'll get to, could kill him and take over Knoll. Also, my side screen keeps freezing up.
There are some dropped frames, but it seems to be fine now.
There we go. I'm back. I refreshed. It's fine. I'm pretty sure it's on my end. Oh. I was just teasing. But...
無限回廊かてめえは時間までここで俺の影と遊んでてくれやまあ安心しろ寂しくねえように他の六英雄どもも連れてきてやっからよ六英雄かこのエンサーやはり私の手で断ち切らねばならぬようだな
So again, we get like a really weird cliffhangery ending that doesn't really do anything. What is the Takamagahara?
That's the computer stuff we talked about. The computer's controlling time. Force the stream has died. Working for me.
I mean, if you tell him that the stream is working and it's not for him, I don't think he's gonna hear you.
Yeah.
悪に至る線が見える何言ってんだてめえこの結界貴様の影をここまで具現化できるほどの
Also, I kind of like that these arcade modes are lasting almost exactly 30 minutes.
容易に想像できる
Working out pretty well.
Yeah.
この写しより貴様を存在させる
There seems to be less bullshit than, you know, playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or Ballerina Toshinden.
ここの絵そしてもう一人マスターユニットアマテラスよそのもう一人のところまで私を導け
Oh, right. This plot twist.
久しいな大魔導士ない
Oh god, this character. Sure glad we're gonna see her in the next game.
It's gonna be so fun.
Yeah, the character based on the hit video game series Magica. And here's sad music.
Shall I go ahead and get my fight stick?
Oh,
Is it time?
Yeah, we can try, I guess.
I mean, like, I'll be better at demonstrating things than a CPU would, because if you want to get off counters, I'll just let you.
I mean, you don't have to let me, I'll just earn them.
True. Alright.